once again, YouTube family, viewers. It's a pleasure for me to. I'm very happy to bring you once again another video, and we've been looking at lately a series of video that have been dropping why people do not succeed, which are very important videos. I said it is important for a person. It's equally important for a person to know reasons why they haven't succeeded compared to knowing things to succeed, because most of the times most of what we have out there is teaching people how to succeed without necessarily teaching them what has made them not to succeed in the first place, or what has hold them bound not to succeed. So in this channel, which I call it I Stand Out for Life. Yeah, that's the name of the channel, I Stand Out for Life. If like I said, in this channel, what my intention is to teach people how to succeed based on my own concept or belief on what it means to be successful. And not everyone will agree on my method. There are other people out there that teaches different method of how to become successful. But with mine, I feel and I believe that success should not be limited only by acquiring so much things, and and like I said in some of my video, that there is so much misconception about the subject of success. A lot of people have been set into into so much confusion dealing with this subject of success. I pray my nose doesn't itch today. Each time I stand before the light and camera, I start having itchy nose. I pray that doesn't happen. So we have had part 1, part 2, part 3, why uh, people don't succeed. And if you have been following me, you look through, maybe you may realize one of the reason, maybe it may be one of the things that has been making you not to to succeed or move into the next level. So you can as well correct that and be able to move your life, advance with your life. So we'll be looking at today more reasons. Like I said, there are many reasons why people do not succeed compared to the reason why people do succeed. So, and this reason, my intention of bringing out this reason, because like I said, most of the times our struggle is coming from within than from the outside. A lot of problems we have is lack of the understanding of what goes on within us. Sometimes they are self-inflicted. Sometimes what hinder us is from within us. That's why it's good to know, because like if in this life you have not conquered yourself, it'll be difficult to conquer other people. Yes, the first thing a human being does in this life to be successful is self-conquering, understanding yourself and making yourself walk in accordance to the principles that leads to success. You need to understand your personality, understand the kind of person you are, understand the way you function. And once you understand that, you have to now bring it to work in following the principles of how to be successful. So each session that I've had, I've list out 3 reasons why a person may not be successful. And each of these reasons is to let you know maybe what may be the possible hindrance that is coming from within yourself that may block you not to go before with your life. So with that said, before we go into that, even I always like to bring out some very short insightful thought that will make you reflect. And as you reflect and your mind is open more, it's receptive to the message. You know, in this life, once a person is born into this world, like I said in my other video, the person is ushered into a competition. If you like it or not, once you are born into this world, you come into this world to compete. Yes, some people's competition is been made minimal by the environment, by the people they find themselves within, and some other people have so much competition that they face. All of this competition has to do with struggles. And different people, different communities deals with competition in different way. Different people they have understand how to mastermind competition, how to outsmart their competitors. Yeah, and I would like to let you know that as you enter into this world, you are faced with competition. Life is a battle, and you are battling with known and unknown enemies. And I would like to let you know that most of the times, your enemies, they are not going to fight fair. They're not going to fight following the rules of what fighting is all about. Some of them will fight with manipulative schemes and all kind of thing. To be honest, life is a war, and war is an art of deception. You will find yourself into deception. You will find yourself in all kind of stuff. But what gets you going is focus. What gets you going is commitment. What gets you going is dedication. So the moment you put your mind, you put your focus into something, there is guarantee that you're going to succeed. My approach of teaching success has to do with walking towards the purpose for which you were created. Yeah, some people they were talking to me. They said, "Why am I not bringing in the spiritual aspect of focus?" I said to them, the moment a person discovers their God-given purpose, they have already won a big spiritual battle. Prayer is necessary, but once you do wrong prayer, like we see a lot of people do around the world, it's worthless. But once you do it in the right manner and in what it was meant for, you will see result. That's why I don't want to put a lot of emphasis on the spiritual side, because once you get the physical right and in the way it was supposed to be, the spiritual will automatically be right. So you should know that in this world you are out to face challenges, that is, and these challenges are as a result of competition. In this life you live, you are competing with people, even with the air you breathe. It's just that we have air abundance, that there is no need for us to be fighting who's going to breathe first. If it was so, a lot of people will be killing other people just to breathe. So you have to realize that this life is war. And if it's a war, you don't have to be lukewarm. You don't have to live anyhow. You have to be on your guard. You must be ready to fight if you want to win. If you want to be successful, your eyes need to be up. Your head needs to be up. You need to be on your guard. You need to know that your mind, everything that is around, surrounds you, is under attack. Yeah, why do people want to attack you? People attack you so that they can subjugate you, so that they can minimize the level at which you will want to compete with them. So you have to be a pathfinder. You have to trace your own path. You have to find your own self if you want to be successful. So with that said, I want us to look at very briefly today uh, three more reasons why people do not succeed. And I just want to make it brief because I want us to go into what I've prepared so far that has to do with success, that I want to be teaching in the subject of success. Sorry. So, with that said, last time we said a lot of things that if you have been following my video. If you have not been following, I pray you go back to the channel, I stand out for life channel, and look through. You will see some of those things that I have been teaching so far, and maybe you could pick up from there. So in today's lesson, I would like us to look at three more reasons why people do not succeed. First one for today is, once a person lack of competitive urge. Like I said, once you do not realize that in this life you are in competition with other people. Yeah, like I said, some people they compete in a negative way, that they have to completely eliminate somebody. That's why I say you have to realize that your enemy or your competitors, some of them will not fight fair. That's why you need to be ready. Some of your enemies, some of your competitors will eliminate you. Once you don't have that comp- competitive edge in terms of maybe education, in terms of physical strength, in terms of knowledge, in terms of assertiveness, in terms of different aspect in life, you always be left behind. Yes, you will not be successful in whatever you are objecting, you are maybe you are looking towards to. If you do not have that competitive edge, people are going to outsmart you, people are going to betray you, people are going to outplay you. So you have to know that this life, you are in a competition, so you must be ready. You must be ready. Your guard must be up. You have to make sure you be on top, because if you are not, the people that can excel more than you will automatically replace you. In any field that you find yourself, you have to equip yourself more. If you need maybe specialized knowledge, need this, you must always upgrade yourself so that you'll be able to meet up with the competition. The competition is not a fair game. It's fast and it's drastic. So once you don't have that competitive urge to compete in certain things you want to do in life, you may not reach your goal. You may not succeed. You may not reach your goal. So to be prepared, to be before one is to, how do they say that even? There's a saying they say that to, you need to prepare in order not to fail. So you need to be prepared. You need to have that competitive edge. To that competitive edge is to let you know that you need to prepare. You need to prepare in every field that you find yourself. You need to be always ahead, one step of those who are competing with you, but not necessarily hurting people, because some people, their own way of competing is to hurt other people or eliminate other people so that they won't have any other person to compete with. I was watching a video, it's kind of a comedy. There was a, a post outside of an office looking for, maybe there was a, they needed somebody to occupy a particular position in an establishment. So they put a signboard out for people to come in and submit their resume. So there was this guy, when he came in front of that place, he saw the sign, and it's a comedy all the same, and he realized that he could not maybe compete with the people that were coming. He did something. He went and create another sign and put it in that place, that the job has already been absorbed. They will not need any other person. So after some hours, the employer came out, was looking for the people that came to submit their resume. He was the only one standing there. So they thought that maybe people were not interested. But what he did, which is not something I recommend, was he did something that everyone that was to compete with him left, and he was the only one to absorb that position. So like I said, people will do everything, you know to outsmart you, to kick you off so that they can replace you. So you should be ready and be prepared, and you should know that you live with people that can compete with you both in positive and negative way. So you need to have that competitive edge in order for you to win. So the next one I want us to look at today is lack of persistent persistence. When a person lack persistence or endurance, yes, when a person cannot endure, persistence and endure, they have some similarities. When the person cannot persist or endure in anything, they can barely win. Yeah, sometimes we will encounter a series of failures in our life. Failure doesn't necessarily mean no. Sometimes failure simply means we need to go and maybe bring up our competitiveness in another level. It may mean that we are not ready, not necessarily that we may never be, but it may simply means we are not ready. So sometimes when you encounter failure in your life, you shouldn't give up. Maybe in terms of relationship, in terms of work, in terms of anything that you want to be successful in, and you know it falls within your purpose, because sometimes you may fail in something because it was not within the rank of your purpose. So persistence or endurance is very, very important. It's very important that you persist, you do not give up, you hold on, you stay in the fight till you be able to win. So it's good to have that ability to persist in anything that you commit yourself into. You may encounter temporal failure, setbacks, and all that, but you have to keep going. You don't have to give up. You have to stay focused. You have to give in your best. You have to make sure that you do not let it go till you see victory. Once you want to recount the story, if you want to recount the story of successful people, they will tell you so many times in their life that they fail. They will recount to you things that happened that they almost gave up. They will tell you that the amount of tries that they had. They said the person who made the light bulb, I think it's Thomas Edison or maybe some other people, based on what we are finding out, that he tried 1,001 time before he was successful. If maybe the first try, second, it did not work, he gave up. Maybe some other person would have developed the technology. Yeah, you see. So but he kept on till he was successful. Maybe sometimes you may be writing an exam, you don't have it, but if that exam, getting that certificate, is within your purpose, you keep writing, you keep putting more effort, you definitely going to be successful. If you are looking for a job and your application, they keep, you know, rejecting it, keep pushing, keep updating yourself till you get into it, if only it falls within your purpose. Because why I say so is because sometimes people try to do something that is not within their purpose. Like somebody may wake up and say they want to be Michael Jackson, and they know that they don't have all of those quality, or maybe it wasn't their purpose to be like Michael Jackson, or maybe be like somebody at my height that is not tall. I say I want to be the next Michael Jordan. I want to play basketball and be like the next Michael Jordan. That doesn't make sense. Basketball is not my purpose. It's not my calling. I cannot jump like Michael Jordan and do some of those free throw or some slam dunks that he did before he could get the name that he have. I can't do that. So trying to think that I want to be like Michael Jordan, that's a pipe dream. Just like a lot of people today, you see, want to be like a superstar, be like, because you look at the attention that it brings to that person. So once you find your purpose, you will not want to be like any other person. That's why I said, you know, you need to persist, Persistent doesn't necessarily mean you hang on to something that was never in within the confine of your purpose. That's why I'm giving all this the example. It must be within the confine of your purpose or what you were designed specifically to do. So you have to be persistent. You don't have to give up. Even when maybe you want to involve yourself in a business, sometimes you hear some business people say they lose a lot of money before they became millionaire or billionaire. You hear some people say in the first try it didn't make it, but they keep going on. You hear somebody say they lose everything till the final one it happened. Sometimes when we fail in life, it's just to train us to be more stronger, to be more wiser, so that once we got what we are looking for, we will cherish it and make sure we do not lose it. So once you lack that ability to persist or endure in anything, you are the kind of person that give up easily on anything. You give up, maybe in a relationship, the person just does something silly, or that you just you are not interested anymore, then you may never really get married. Maybe you may never even ever be in a relationship, or maybe anything you try it doesn't work, you just give up, you may never succeed. So lack of the ability to persist is one of the reasons why people do not succeed. Now the third and the final one for today, why people do not succeed, is lack of self-perception. You see, the three that I arranged today, they are correlated. They have a relationship with one another based on my explanation. If you allow it sink it deep and you can get it, you realize that they are related. So poor self-perception, when a person do not have the right esteem, lack of right self-esteem, lack of right self-judgment, when a person lack the right judgment or esteem of themselves, they can never truly be themselves and they can never truly be successful. Lack of poor, like I said, poor self-perception. You are perceiving yourself to be what you are not. Like you see some people, they have the spirit of entitlement. They feel that they are somebody that they are not. They think that they are a person that they are not that person. So it's a very dangerous thing to have a poor self-perception, and it's what is going all over the world. Some people define themselves based on maybe movie character, people they have seen, people that they don't even know if these people are living real life or not, or maybe a comic character. You see some children, they grow up, they want to be like this person. I'm not saying it is bad to emulate others, but you need to find your own self. So once you have a poor self-perception, it may be egotistical. That means you see yourself in so much bigger than what you are not, or lesser than what you are. So you don't have the real judgment, the balance of who you really are. People fall within these two extremes. Some people they see themselves bigger. I'm not saying you should see yourself smaller. Rather, I say see yourself in the right judgment for who you are. It's not good to see yourself for who you are not, because that's what causes depression. Because if you start seeing yourself for what you're not, like I feel I'm Michael Jordan, I don't even have that high, and I cannot do those slam dunk that he does, I may start feeling depression. I may start feeling depressed because I can't do it. So it's good to know yourself, have the right perception about who you are. Know who you are, know your capability, know your weaknesses, know your strength. There are some things me I cannot do. At this age or that, I cannot go and run marathon race with some Kenyan people. I may collapse and die. I'm not built to do that. So when I look at myself, I judge my capability and ability and inability. That's what has to do with self-perception. You need to know your strengths and weaknesses. which a lot of people do not. They think they can do anything. People think they can breathe underwater. People think they can fly. People think, I'm not saying if you have the ability, then do it, but not everybody does. But you need to come to the conclusion of who you really are. Yes, you need to come to that conclusion of who you really are. Understanding yourself, have the right perception about who you really are. Knowing who you are is very important for you to succeed. Understanding yourself, having the right perception about who you are as a person is paramount. It's a key to success, because you understand your strength, you understand your weaknesses, you know what can push you into temptation and you avoid it. You know what, you know exactly where to put, to position yourself. You see a person that is mentally and physically weak carry themselves into a place of temptation, and they know they are weak, they cannot handle that temptation, and when that temptation happen, he now put a barrier or a hindrance, or maybe it hurt their life entirely. There are people that they do not know even how sexually, maybe how sexually resistive they are, they may be, or hold on not to maybe fall into temptation, and they leave their wife at home, go and attend maybe a wife party or that they don't know, and they are seduced by a woman and they can't control themselves. And later on, before you hear, the woman claim that they raped them, and before you see, this person is going to prison. But this person should have known that I don't need to find myself in this milieu, because I'm not that strong. If I go there, this may happen, and that, you see, their future is damaged. So you need to know who you are. You need to know that, oh, I don't have that stamina to drink a lot of alcohol and drive like my friends. You know that, but you go ahead to drink, and the police pull you over for erratic driving. You lose your driving license, your driver's license. You put under temporary, maybe how the probation or whatever, because of you did not know your physical ability when it comes to consumption of alcohol. So all these things you need to understand. You need to find out what are your strengths in different areas, what are your weaknesses in different areas. As a person who is aiming to succeed, you need to understand all this. Even in terms of, if in case you find yourself maybe somewhere, will you be tempted, maybe with so much money, will you be tempted to steal? You need to understand there are some people that they are kleptomania. They anywhere they go, they see something, they are so, something is in there. I don't know if it's a bad spirit that all just want to push them to steal. And the moment that they steal, they realize themselves. So you need to understand all these things and ask yourself that this has occurred. It has occurred several times in my life. So I have not had that strength to overcome it. So what do? I have known that this aspect, I have to avoid it. Me, I know that if I drink alcohol, as a person, I lose my stamina, because I've never been a drinker. So I will never want to take alcohol if I'm gonna drive. I will never want to take alcohol if I'm in a place that it can compromise my integrity. So all that, there are things I know. I don't have full knowledge about my capability or my strength or my weaknesses, but the ones that I've known, I'm very careful of how I place my steps, of the things I do, so that I will not take my own hand or leg to destroy my future. Yes. So you need to know exactly who you are. You shouldn't have a poor self-perception, or of yourself. I think we spend so much time looking at other people's business, studying other people, and we can tell who other people are, what they can do or what they cannot do. But we spend less time really asking ourselves who we are, our strength and weaknesses. We do not spend time to study our own self to understand some of those things, but we always spend time looking at other person. I advise you that you need to spend some time looking into yourself to know exactly the kind of person that you are, so that you are not going to fall prey, or are not going to jeopardize your future. So with that said, I would like to close, end this session here to say, just encourage you to subscribe. There's more and more to come. There are a lot of things. Like I said, what I'm giving you now is just the tip of an iceberg to prepare you to what I really want to do. I want to really put up a library, a video library up here in this YouTube page. There are a lot of things I'm going to be putting up that you can go there and help you on exactly what you want. God has blessed me with a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that I can't even tell. And, I trust what is in me, and I know it can help a lot of people. There are people that I know that I don't want to bring them now, as I'm still in the in the building process, but in the future I'll bring them people that who they pass through me, people who I've known, people that I've helped, that I've given them the direction, and a lot of them, they are successful. They know the impact that I played in their life, and a lot of them are successful or in the process of succeeding. Because when I met these people, I simply told them the truth, and I let them know that this is how it's going to be. If you want to be successful, these are the things you need to do. So with time, when I start doing my life, I'm going to be bringing some of these people, and they are going to be saying their experience with me. So just stay tuned, keep watching my video, and I'll keep creating more and more content that will help you. My purpose, like I said, is doing what I'm doing now, to help somebody with an information that will encourage and transform them entirely. So subscribe to Standard for Life TV. Subscribe to Standard for Life TV and be blessed. So more is coming.